Welcome. We in Vedic Mathematics Gurukul are deliberating upon the settlement of syllabus of Vedic mathematics as a mainstream discipline of instructions in schools, colleges, and universities. Today, our focus is to remain upon the source of scripture, that is, Sakal Rigved Samhita. Shakla Rigved Samhita is intact with us from its first syllable to its last syllable. The organization of this scripture, as well as the knowledge of this scripture, is of parallel format, features, and values. It is the format, the organization format of Vedic knowledge, which has its independent values. The organization of knowledge and knowledge are two distinct disciplines. Parallel to pure values and applied values follow the knowledge and organization of knowledge. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems shall sit comfortably and be face to face with this feature of the source of scripture. Sakal Rigved Samhita deserves to be approached for the parallel flow of its organization format as well as of its knowledge. The organization of Sakal Rigved Samhita deserves to be approached independently, as here are the values lively in terms of which the Vedic mathematical processes can be availed for exploring the existence phenomenon of our solar universe. The organization format of Sakal Rigved Samhita is parallel with the organization of existence phenomenon sustenance within solar universe. The prominent features of organization of Sakal Rigved Samhita may be visited as its organization as 10 mandals, 8 astaks, 64 adhyayas, 85 anvaks, 1028 suktas, 2024 vargas, 10,552 richas, and 4 lakh and 32,000 aksharas, of which 34,735 are in unmanifested state to sustain the organization format itself. Therefore, the sadhakas shall first of all be parallel with the format, features, and values of the organization of Sakal Rigved Samhita. This organization deserves to be chased sequentially. First of all, one shall be face to face with the organization of Sakal Rigved Samhita as 10 mandals. The formulation mandal accepts TC value 29, which is parallel with the TC value of Brahma, the overlord of real force space. Therefore, this feature of organization of Sakal Rigved Samhita takes us to the format, features, and values of idol of Lord Brahma, which are parallel to the format, features, and values of hypercube 4, the representative regular body of force space. One may have a pause here and take note that the formulation mandal with the TC value 29 parallel with the TC values of formulation Brahma brings us face to face with as that the existence phenomenon of manifested creations, including that of human beings, are the main subject of chase. It is this feature of the Sakal Rigved Samhita that it is organizing itself to chase the existence of phenomenon of manifested creations, which is to be a blissful glimpse needed to be imbibed fully by each one of us. Further, we know that this organization is as 10 mandals. That means this organization straightway takes us from four space as a domain to four space as creative boundary of 10 components of transcendental domain. One may have a pause here and take note that this is the enlightenment format. We know that Vedic scriptures will preserve the enlightenment path adopted and attained by Lord Brahma, creator the Supreme Himself. This enlightenment path is that Lord Brahma sits comfortably on a lotus seat of 8 petals and meditates within cavity of his own heart at the transcendental seat, and with the grace of transcendental Lord, Lord Brahma multiplies as 10 Brahmas. Accordingly, the organization, format, and features of Sakal Rigved Samhita as 10 mandals is of the manifested creations format having transcendental origin. It is the feature in terms of which the further sequential unfolding of the organization format of Sakal Rigved Samhita takes place. That means that for having a chase of the organization format of Sakal Rigved Samhita, we have to be parallel with the first phase of organization of Sakal Rigved Samhita as 10 mandals. This takes us to the feature of manifested creations being of transcendental origin, as the manifested creations are of transcendental origin. As such, visfort explosion takes place at the transcendental origin, and as a result thereof, the transcendental cavity at the seat of transcendental origin of creator space stands bridged. It is this bridging phenomenon of the transcendental cavity which deserves to be comprehended well. One, if is desirous and is fulfilled with urge of intensity to be parallel with Vedic systems, shall sit comfortably and permit the transcending mind to be parallel with this transcendence phenomenon happening with explosion at the transcendental seat of the creator's space. This explosion as visfort of formulation visfort of TCVL 29 is the feature which deserves to be combined with the other features. The visfort explosion at the transcendental origin of creator's space is of value 29. The formulation Brahma as well is of TC value 29. Formulation Mandal as well is of TC value 29. One may further have a pause here and take note that there are 16 Ganita Sutras and 13 Ganita Sutras together, making it 29 hymns. Still further, it will be blissful to take note that formulation Vyanjan as well is of TC value 29. Still further, it will be blissful to take note that the hypercube 4 has a fourfold manifestation layer. 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5 is of summation value 14, while the transcendental origin, being of a solid dimensional order, constitutes a solid dimensional frame of 5 solid dimensions of value 15, and this takes us to 14 plus 15 is equal to 29. The Swara formulation is of TC value 15. Vyanjan formulation is of TC value 29. Therefore, it is this reach in the creator's space during explosion as 9 vowels of TC value 15 each and as the 33 Vyanjans of TC value 29. Therefore, it be blissfully imbibed as that the entire mathematical domain, the entire processes, the entire Vedic systems, the whole range of values of our solar universe are unfolding sequentially parallel with the unfolding process of the organization of Sakal Rigved Samhita. The second step, which in a way it can be said as a parallel step, is that Sakal Rigved Samhita is organized as 8 Ashtaks. One may have a pause here and take note that formulation Ashtak is of TC value 13. It will be blissful to take note that there are 13 Ganita Upsutra. Further as that self-referral space, 6 space is of 13 geometries range. Further as that within creators the space 12 as the cube manifests 13th edge and 13 edged cube swaps the real 4 space. Still further, the explosion at the transcendental origin of the creator's space will have a transcendence for 5 space as origin out of 4 space as a domain, and as a result thereof 4 space domain will split into a pair of 4 space domains. As a result, the transcendence of the transcendental origin 5 space from 4 space domain will lead to a spectrum of pair of 4 space domains and 5 space domain as origin transcending out of the domain. It will give us a transcendence spectrum of 4, 4 and 5 of TC value 13. One shall have a pause here and permit the transcending mind to be parallel with this unfolding process as the explosion phenomenon at the transcendental origin. This way, the Sakal Rigved Samhita, as per its organization, is going to be our basic organization format, and along this organization format we shall be having a parallel organization format of our solar universe, of its entire existence phenomenon, including of the existence phenomenon within human frame. And as a result thereof, we will be having a unison yatha pinde tatha brahmande, as in body so in universe, and reverse as well, as in universe so in a body. It is this spatial order reach and The solid order transcends their form, and solid order itself having a creative origin within each solid dimension is such interlocking of the artifices and the dimensional frame that this leads to the ultimate nishtha, the established processing system of Vedic domain, and it comes to be Yoga Nishtha and the Sankhya Nishtha running parallel to each other. Like that, we have to reach from 10 mandal and 8 astak organization to 64 adhyayas, 85 anuvaks, 1028 suktas, 2024 vargas, 10,552 richas, and 4 lakh 32 aksharas, of which 34,735 are in unmanifest form. See, this organization is ultimately to lead us to the following features of Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, and Vedic technologies. Let us be very cautious. Let us be very patient. Let us be very blissful. Let us be fully peaceful while we are reaching at the parallel emerging processing systems which take applied values parallel with the pure values. The applied values of the Vedic systems are as which result into the organization of the knowledge, like the organization of Sakal Rigved Samhita, and the pure values are which are the knowledge of the scriptures. So, Sakal Rigved Samhita as knowledge domain is a set of pure values of Vedic domain. Sakal Rigved Samhita as an organized Samhita parallel with the organization of our solar universe is the domain of applied values of Vedic systems. Therefore, the Sakal Rigved Samhita as a starting point will, being the source of scripture, take us to the Brahma Sutra, the Vedanta. From Brahma Sutra, we will reach at Vedanta Tray, that is Brahma Sutra, Upanishad, and Gita. From here, we will reach at the essence of essence, the ultimate essence of values, that is Gita. Once we have reached at the essence reservoir of the Vedic knowledge, then as a next step, naturally, the step will be as to how this knowledge domain stands processed by the sadhakas. Sadhakas, as manifested creations, are equipped with ultimate sports of man, buddhi, chit, and ahankar. Man as a mind is in a manifested body, and as such it results into covers mental states. How these mental states are to be dissolved so that we can be sequentially parallel with the ultimate values reservoir of Vedanta. This is Yoga Darshan. That is why Srimad Bhagavad Gita as organization is a set of 18 yoga disciplines. Value 18 is the summation value of fourfold manifestation layer of hypercube 5, the representative regular body of a 5 space and 4 space. In fact, this is the format feature of the transcendental origin of the creators of space. Therefore, the essence reservoir as transcendental origin is of expression of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and reach for it is as Yoga Darshan. Therefore, the sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with the Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies have to follow the yoga path because Yoga Nishtha and Sankhya Nishtha are the established pair of processing systems which run parallel to each other and also complement and supplement each other at each processing step. It is this feature of the Vedic processing systems of having a parallel processing flow as Yoga Nishtha and Sankhya Nishtha complementing and supplementing each other at each processing step, which is to provide us the mathematics, sciences, and technologies as Ganas, Gang, Gan, Ganit, Ganesh lead us to the discipline, the domain of Ganas. The Ganas in ordinary translation may be set, collection. However, in the technical settled propositions of the Yoga Nishtha and Sankhya Nishtha, Gana will become a set of entities along the same format. Therefore, when the particular set of entities are provided a common format, then those ganas make a specific processing system of the format along which those stand coordinated. These ganas take us to Pratham ganas, to Ank, to Ling, Dhang, Ang, Sopan. We know Sopan is of PC value 27, which is parallel with the summation value of the fourfold manifestation layer of hypercube 6 as 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore, when we are parallel with the values of 4, 5, 6, 7 as 22 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as 26, and Sopan is ultimately manifesting of as a reach of hypercube 7. Therefore, the Vedic mathematics which is to be instructed, Vedic mathematics which is to be learnt, is going to be the mathematics of the ultimate reach of hypercube 7 of TC value 26 as of the fourfold manifestation layer 5, 6, 7, 8, and it is here where we will be face to face with the phenomenon of the transcendental origin, 5 space as the origin of a creator space, transcending out of the creative domain, and once it transcends out, then it inherently has a transition from from its static state at the seat of the origin of a creator space to a dynamic state. It is this transition of the static state of a transcendental origin into a transcendental dimension, which is the reach of the Vedic mathematics. It is this reach of the Vedic mathematics which is going to be the ultimate yardstick in terms of which the syllabi is going to be settled. Therefore, the reach of hypercube 7 and this reach of hypercube 7 is going to be up till pole star Dhruv, and pole star in the role of origin of our solar universe. This, as such, would mean that our syllabi of Vedic mathematics is going to be of the format of a reach from Earth to the pole star. Earth, water, fire, air, space, sun, and pole star are going to be our chase format range. It is this range which is ultimately going to manifest for us a Sthapatya ring rod of hypercubes 1 to hypercube 6 with 7 space playing the role of origin of a 6 space. Therefore, this reach as it is when will lead to the transcendence for the origin of six space itself. It will become Mahakal, and it is this feature, it is this attainment which will become a Samhita. Therefore, we as sadhakas, when are deliberating here in Vedic mathematics Gurukul about the features of the cell by, then certainly we have to be face to face with the organization format as well as the knowledge lively within and as Sakal Rigved Samhita. By being face to face with the values lively within an as Sakal Rigved Samhita, we shall be going to be parallel with the Vedic order. Therefore, once our aim is that Vedic mathematics as a mainstream discipline of knowledge shall potentialize the students to be of potentialities, features, values, and virtues to live a blissful life parallel with the existence phenomena of the Brahman domain, then we will feel that our settlement is going to be of real values. Thank you very much.